Oh, hello there. No, George Bailey isn't in trouble again, but you might have noticed that I haven't uploaded any main channel videos lately. That's because I've been away at a very special place, and you may have heard of it. Canandaigua, New York. After a little over an hour of driving, we finally arrived at Canandaigua. As soon as we got out of the car, we wasted no time at looking around at their massive flea market. Many people were selling antique tractor parts, headlights, license plates, and, on the rare occasion, models of steam engines. I'm a big fan of model railroading, and I even have a layout of my own, which should be popping up on the screen now. So it's always so fun whenever I find a steam engine model in a train show or anywhere really. To no one's surprise, I'm sure, there were so many tractors all lined up ready to go, and from so many different manufacturers. We saw International Harvesters, John Deere's, and even some Ford models. How nice.
All painted up, sharp looking.
Yeah, that is. And this is like a gloss forest green. That's nice. Now this is what you need, Dad. Yeah, you need a side-by-side. You're always going on how you need a side-by-side. Well, there's one right there.
Side-by-side wouldn't hurt.
No, it wouldn't. Or you could just get up on Jet or Streak. That could work too.
Pitch them together and they'd be side-by-side. This guy hit in the face with a grasshopper.
Alright, now we're on to the main attraction. But soon we walked over to the main stars of the show, the traction engines. Some of them were even getting fired up, including what I like to call the poster boy of the Pageant of Steam. The specific engine is a lane and button traction engine, the last one of its type I believe, and there's a reason I call it the poster boy, because it's on most of the marketing and campaigns. We even saw some other engines getting steamed up for the day. Pretty cool seeing them in person. Sometimes you just forget the true scale of these things, because they're so massive. But of course, no Pageant of Steam trip would be complete without visiting Lucy, the largest hand-fired hobby boiler in New York State. Oh, and I guess we saw Wally too.
Hi, how are you?
We walked around some more and we saw some pumping engines, some stationary boilers, and traction engines that weren't in service at the moment. guess not.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
After looking at some woodworking creations, we walked our way over to a construction area where literally every construction vehicle you can read off of Wikipedia was there. Soon we walked into a barn where they were displaying some internal combustion engines, some history boards, and even some tractors.
Ain't a heat wave, anyone?
We walked into another barn where they were displaying all sorts of steam-powered machinery. The only difference being that it was tiny, little miniature models. Some of these are pretty dang impressive, so instead of going on about how great they are, I'm just gonna let you watch and see them for yourselves.
I did not expect that.
After exploring the exhibitions, we walked outside to see a traction engine heading towards the parade. Coincidentally, that was actually where we were heading as well. The parade is one of the highlights of the Pageant of Steam, as we get to see all the tractors and traction engines running all together in one big cavalcade. Once again, I will remain silent until the parade is ended so you can take in everything. Enjoy.
Next up, we have a John Deere Model VR. The VR stood for B regular. John Deere VR is owned by Next up is a 1949 Ford E10, owned by Virginia Moran. Farmall VN, driven by Next up, we have a 1941 Farmall V10. Next up is a 1958 Oliver 880 diesel, owned by Peter Segura. With rubber tracks on it.
After the parade, we walked around some more and even saw a traction engine getting fired down for the day. Its flywheel was attached to a wood saw, so it was pretty cool seeing it in action for the little time that we actually saw it. There were also some other traction engines out and about. But it wasn't just the big traction engines that we saw, as there was an engine half the size of a normal one which I took some selfies with. Then we walked into the steam shed, which holds these massive steam engines. And I don't just mean traction engines. These particular engines were used as generators back in the day, and they can get huge. I highly recommend trying to go to Canandaigua just to see these massive things. And when we walked outside the steam shed getting ready to leave, we were given the greatest send-off we could have asked for. The Lane and Button engine was outside and in steam. I couldn't have asked for a better ending to such a wonderful day. And that concludes our 2024 Pageant of Steam trip. I want to take this time to shout out one of my favorite YouTubers, and that is Pete from Just a Few Acres Farm. You may or may not have heard of him, but essentially he gave us the idea to go to the Pageant of Steam when he released a video about it all those years ago. Go check out his channel if you haven't already. I also want to give a big thank you to those who have stuck around till the end. This is our longest video on the channel, clocking in at about 18 minutes. So thank you very much for joining us on this extravagant event. That's all from us, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.